To Bollywood Hangama Madhuri, good to see you always.
Good to be here.
And this is an opportunity I never take lightly. You come out and do interviews once in a few years, so I am genuinely very happy and grateful. Please, on and off, keep doing this. Is my
Oh no,
request.
I'm happy to be here,
Right,
really.
right. We are at a stage where when actors start their careers, there's so much to prove that first prove I can act, then convince yourself also audience pasand karega, pyar karega. You have crossed all those stages, and now what does it take for you to say yes to a project?
I think something that challenges me,
Hmm.
something I feel challenges the actor in me,
Hmm.
something that I feel makes a different statement,
Hmm.
And of course, who I'm working with, like the
Yeah,
director, is
yeah,
very important.
right.
And so, all these factors, when they fall into place,
Hmm.
then, I feel that, oh, yes, this is the right project for me.
This one specifically is a very different role for you. I can also say I've watched two episodes. What was your initial reaction when you were told? I can't reveal much, but what were you told initially?
Well, I was told that they are making this series,
Hmm.
Mrs. Deshpande,
Hmm.
and it's about a serial killer. And I was like, wait a minute, stop there. What?
Yeah.
He says yes. And I'm like, I want to hear this. I didn't
Okay.
want to hear anything else. I said, I just want to hear the
Huh.
script now.
Did you discuss this at home? You as a serial killer, like, did you discuss it with anyone? What did your friends, family thought of you playing
Well,
this?
see, first of all, there's never been a woman serial killer in India
Right.
ever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like a series made of
Correct.
her.
Yeah.
I don't know if there was a real. Yes, there have been
Huh.
in real life,
Hmm.
but there's never been anything made on a
Hmm.
woman serial killer. So everybody was like taken aback at
Yeah.
first.
Hmm.
Says, "What, a woman serial killer?" I
Yeah.
said, "Yeah."
Hmm.
So then that kind of started a dialogue in my
Hmm.
family, and then I told them what it was all about,
Hmm.
and they found it very exciting.
Right. And then what is your process? Nagesh, tell me about Nagesh, and he's a absolutely fantastic
He's
filmmaker.
a fantastic
Yeah.
filmmaker. I have seen his films, I
Yeah.
have seen his series, and I'm very impressed with his work.
Hmm.
I think he works very doggedly. Like his vision is very clear,
Hmm.
when he makes a film.
Hmm.
And because he was at the helm,
Right.
and it is such a different,
Hmm. Hmm.
role for me to play,
Hmm.
that I first of all said yes to hearing the narration.
Hmm. Hmm.
And once I heard the narration, once I heard the vision, then I was like assured
Okay.
that it will be made in a very,
Hmm. Hmm.
good way.
Hmm.
I will be presented in a very proper way,
Yeah.
the way it should be done.
Hmm.
And I think all those assurances made it even easier for me to say yes.
Right. You've already done Majama and Fame Game, so you know the kind of shoot and extensive
Absolutely.
things that go in a web series. So you think that Mrs. Deshpande has come at a good time where you all can go deep into this character?
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. See, OTT has done that for all
Yeah.
actresses,
Hmm.
female actresses, I mean,
Yeah.
female leads,
Bilkul.
because there's so much we can do,
Hmm.
and without the constraint of it being a commercial thing
Yeah.
and
Uh,
add this, subtract that. No,
hmm.
you have to appeal to so much audience, so much money has to be collected, and
Hmm.
doing this and that.
Hmm.
So you're free of all those bonds, and you
Yeah.
can, actually go out there, be adventurous, and try
Hmm.
different kind of roles.
Right.
Also, because you have created such a legacy.
Yeah.
I don't want to, I just want to go on and on, in the sense I want to try something different,
Right.
difficult,
Hmm.
put myself in that uncomfortable kind of situation
Right.
where it'll kind of help me, to be a better actor, and and kind of explore
Hmm.
more layers, to myself.
Right. If I just calculate, I'm interviewing more female actors nowadays, and that's a great sign
Oh,
that,
absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely, it's a great time for women. I think also, when we used to do films initially,
Hmm.
there were hardly any women on the set, just the actors, the hairdressers,
Hmm.
and that's it. And those were the only women. Today, you see them in every
Right.
department, which is amazing. And I think OTT has also opened up. It has basically democratized
Yeah.
filmmaking,
Hmm.
even for actors,
Hmm.
and new talent to be discovered.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
so much talent on OTT. It's not even funny.
That's
It's
when I talk to other actors, they're like, some still say that wish we were born and we were doing films in the 80s and 90s. Do you think you all had that advantage that you all were the rule makers and rule breakers of the industry?
Well, the thing was like, film was the only go-to entertainment
Yeah.
at that
Yeah.
time, and people used to find us relatable. They used to connect,
Hmm.
with the characters we played, and the music, the songs, the dances. They were so beautiful,
Hmm.
and people still remember most of the songs,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and people still dance to it. Their kids are dancing. The
Dancing.
kids are dancing to it. So
Right.
it is amazing, and it's a golden era, I would say,
Yeah.
and it continues actually in a different way.
Hmm.
Now it's become a different thing where there's OTT, and there is the cinema, there is the YouTube, there's Insta, there's so much
Yeah.
happening,
Yeah.
Twitter, and so there's so many different ways you can get entertainment.
True. But y'all had less distraction, you would agree? Ye sab to,
Yes,
yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
we had. That's what I
Yeah.
said. Go to was what was
Only
entertainment?
cinema. Yeah.
Cinema, and it was like a family outing. Everybody used to go together. I remember Hum Aapke Hain Kaun, like 32 members of the family. They used to
Yeah,
go
they used
together
to go
to watch
together.
Hum Aapke Hain Kaun. So it was like a different era, and now it's different.
Right, it's different, but we don't. Honestly, I personally feel we don't make those kind of films anymore. There's no Hum Aapke Hain Kaun, there's no Dil To Pagal Hai. There's these kind of films are not being made for an entire family to go and enjoy. There are not that many, at least.
I think now the TG audience, the
Yeah.
target audience. You make a film and you know what audience is going to come in,
Right.
and it's become like, they calculate everything. But I think films like that will be made. I don't think one takes away from the other.
Right.
Cinema will always be like this experience. Everybody wants to go together and watch it, and OTT is going to be more like in home. Just sit at home and watch something that is your favorite after your work is done, exactly when you
Just
want to
put
watch
something,
it,
yeah.
So I think it's going to be, but one won't take away from the other.
That's great, because initially when OTT had come, everybody said this cinemas are done, ho gaya, abhi sirf ghar pe log dekhenge, it's video on demand whenever you want to watch. But clearly they have coexisted all these years.
Well, the thing was when COVID happened and everybody was at home,
yeah.
then everybody was glued to their OTTs. But once that happened, even the cinema started making movies, and this people started putting their movies in the cinema, and people
Right.
started going watching it, and people started stepping out. So now it's a choice,
Right.
where you want to get your entertainment from.
There's a big strength that today's filmmakers have, but do you think people like, say, Yashji and Surajji, they had a different kind of passion? Do you notice that? Was it a very different? There's a bit of
I
a
think-
madness in that passion.
Yeah, there was madness. I mean, every filmmaker, like even a Subhash Ghai or Suraj Birjatia, Yash Chopra, these were all like filmmakers.
Yeah,
They used
yeah.
to devote themselves to films. I mean, they used to. Just Raj Kapoor ji ne, they
Ji.
say that
Haan.
he even put his house on mortgage to
Yeah,
make a
yeah,
movie
they
that
would-
was close to his heart.
Haan.
So they were those passionate kind of
Passionate kind of
filmmakers, and they
filmmakers.
used to make it for the love of it,
For the love of it.
And today, of course, because times are different, and you have to make sure that the product, once you start, will get made. So you have to have, certain kind of, it's like a project now. So everything has to fall into place for the project to happen. Whereas they used to make it out of sheer love of the work.
Right. Your legacy is such that it's incredible. People who we can watch your movies today, we can watch something that was made 20 years ago, 10 years ago, before that also. Today, everybody is slightly woke, and people talk about ki now when we do, like say you do roles now, everybody says it should be age appropriate. People talk about that, which you are doing wonderfully. But do you think like that? Do you think that a legacy has to be absolutely untouched? And because do you keep that in mind?
Well, the legacy is when you go out there, put yourself out there, and you try something different.
Oh.
Then you create a legacy, because if that works, then it paves the
Paves.
path for others to follow.
Correct, correct.
And if you don't take that chance, it's never going to happen. So I feel it's not about age appropriate, or it's
Okay.
not about anything. It's about taking up the challenges and making it happen. And that's how a legacy is created.
Yeah.
And you can't be scared of failure. If tomorrow I thought, oh my God, how will I do this, Mrs. Deshpande? What if I fail? What if people don't like it? then that what if you'll never do anything, you know?
Right.
And so I think you have to be out there and just take the chances and try and make it happen. Do your best, basically.
Do your best. That's true.
Yes.
You know, there one thing that I do notice that you guys did, your generation, you all didn't fear that much. You all were quite fearless. Do you think so?
Yeah, I mean, we were taught to be fearless
Yeah.
because at that time you could not, be scared of anything. You have to be, the profession is such, you have to be out there,
Yeah.
and it's like you are in the public eye all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And so you are open to all sorts of things, good,
Ah.
bad, ugly,
Yeah.
And so we learned to live with that.
You all learned very well to live with that. How did you take criticism and when a film didn't work? Did you?
Well, yeah, criticism is always, sometimes you get a little mad at people criticizing you, but finally it boils down to constructive criticism. Who's
Right,
constructive?
correct, yeah,
If it's a constructive criticism, you give it your time and you say, okay, this was said, and okay, I agree with some things, I don't agree with other things. So you move on,
Right.
after that.
Were you the person who would get sleepless night on a Thursday if a film is releasing on Friday?
Well, there will be little butterflies in
Yeah.
your stomach. You can't say you're completely unaffected
Uh-huh.
by what's going to happen.
Mm.
But if the movie did well, of course, we all were elated. But if the movie didn't do well, I used to look at it as, I have put my best work.
Yeah.
I have worked really hard on this. And when I look back, there is no way I could have said, oh, I could have done this different or that different. I've put my best. And, you just say, okay. So
Right.
it didn't do well. You look forward to the next.